Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. Today I do have the Sauna Pod from the Pod Company, and I'm really excited to show you guys. This is an all-new Finnish style sauna that they've just released, and unlike a lot of the other saunas that are out there on social media right now that use steam, this one actually uses convection heat to heat it up to 185 degrees. Now in this review, I'm going to try to cover everything possible and put this through its paces. However, if there's certain questions that you want answered, I do have the timestamps down below in the description, so you can skip ahead at any point. And one last thing, guys, this is a non-sponsored video. However, I do want to tell you that I did reach out to Pod Company and I asked them if they would send me one of these units to review, and I told them I would be as honest and candid about it as possible. I just want to give you guys a heads up that they did send it to me. However, I will tell you what I think. Now, before we set this up, let's just go review what we have in the box. So right here we have these metal poles. These are metal, they're not plastic, so those should be a little bit sturdier. Right there we have the LED light, that is the red light. We have a chair right there and the heater. And of course we have this all cotton covering right here. This should actually be able to retain heat very well, and if anything, actually just hold up really well in the long term. Now there you go, with a little bit of struggle, I do have the cover over the entire frame right there. Now the tolerances on here are pretty tight, so getting it on here, you might want to get somebody to help you out because it's on there really well. The heater is very easy to attach. We just have a little clip right here and it goes right here. So all you have to do, I'm doing this one-handed, is actually just slide it on. It just slides like that. You take the power cord right here, feed this through, and you can see right here on the outside, on the opposite side, power cord comes right out there. And then you can just kind of Velcro that shut to make sure all the heat stays in. We're gonna quickly install this LED strip right here. You have the USB plug right here on the side of the heater. And so all you have to do is just plug that in right there, and that's it. Now here it is, fully assembled. All right, so the very first thing I want to talk about is the overall build quality of this Sauna Pod. Now guys, I put together a lot of these different portable steam saunas, and some have been really hit and miss as far as overall quality. And I can't tell you that this certainly ranks as one of the best ones that I have put together. The outside covering alone, I mean, it's made of this like canvas, it's all cotton, and the insulation side in between the layers is cotton as well. So it's not toxic whatsoever. So in case you're wondering, it's just made, it's extremely durable. You're not gonna be able to rip that. The stitching overall, I find it to be really great. In some places, it's actually triple stitched. So far, I'm definitely giving it high marks. Now let's go ahead and address the size of the Sauna Pod, because for some of you, that might actually be the biggest con to it. So it is 39 inches across in diameter. It is a full circle there, but it's only 5'7" tall. And so if you have any plans of standing up in this and you're any taller than 5'7", you simply will not be able to do that. And the intention is for you to actually sit in it. The chair that comes with it is a high back chair. And so you're supposed to be able to sit in it, relax, and enjoy it. If you want to stand up in your sauna and that's what you prefer, then you simply would just not be able to do that in this. Another aspect of the Sauna Pod that I wanted to address is the LED strip. Now, some of you might be wondering, is this actually red light therapy? And the answer to that is no, it's not. You'll see even on the website that it says that the red light is simply for decorative purposes. These are just regular LEDs. And so it's gonna light up the inside, which is definitely much needed, but it has zero therapeutic effect to it. Okay guys, so we've gotten to that part of the video. We are gonna finally find out how hot does this sauna actually get. So the Pod Company, they say that it can reach a temperature of 185 degrees, and that's pretty dang intense, and I'm really curious to see if it can actually get there. So in order to test this, what I'm going to use is this little remote thermometer that I have here. It's reading that it's 76 degrees outside right now. I'm going to throw this little sensor inside. Let's let it run for about half an hour and see if we can actually get to 185 degrees. So right now we have it set to 150. Let's go ahead, we'll set that up all the way to 185 as they advertise. Keep it on for 60 minutes, and let's come back and check to see how well this does. It's been about 15 minutes. I want to see what the temperature is really quick, see if I can't pop in here and get that. Let's see, 157 degrees in 15 minutes. Nice. It's not been 20 minutes. Let's check the temperature one more time. Uh-oh. That might be a problem. Might have gotten too hot. Yeah, so I checked the manual. This thermometer actually will only read up to 160 degrees, and because of that, it's actually thrown an error. Unfortunately, I'm not able to check it up to 185 degrees, but I can tell you that it was climbing very fast and very steady. So I'm pretty confident we could have gotten to that 185. Okay, so we're going to do a temp test number 2. Now, the very first digital thermometer only went to 160. I now have an oven thermometer. I want to double check this. I want to see really how hot this can get. So let's use this oven thermometer, which can go up to 550 degrees. We'll set it up there. And we have the heater set to 185. Now, one quick little note, guys. You see this little exhaust, or actually intake hole right there at the bottom? Now, the purpose of that is to draw in fresh air. Kind of keep in mind that if you're pulling in air down there, naturally the temperatures down here in the bottom of the Sauna Pod, it is going to be a little bit cooler, and of course hot air rises, so it's going to be hot up there. And so, you know, if you get a Sauna Pod and you feel like it's just not hot enough, it's probably because you're kind of right here in the middle, and it's kind of that mixture of cool and hot air. And so, you know, this is, we do have the chair right here, and frankly, you know, it should actually probably be a little bit taller so that you're actually going to be more up here. So, you know, if you have to get like a stool or something like that to kind of get your body a little bit higher in the Sauna Pod, you're definitely going to get a little bit better results. So let's go ahead, let this run for a little while, and let's see if we can get a hotter temperature. All right, let's go ahead and check that temperature one more time. So really quick for reference, guys, it is 67 degrees outside. So the ambient temperature obviously is going to affect how hot it can actually get inside. So, you know, if I assume that it was 80 degrees outside, it is most definitely going to be a lot hotter inside. And so I'm actually going to do one other test as well. I got a little, like, I guess, meat thermometer here. I think that this will work. I'm going to go ahead and actually stick this in before we open this up. And I want to see what this will read. All right, and it keeps climbing. All right, so I've had this in here just for about a minute or two, and it's kind of been slowly creeping up the entire time. 173 right now. I saw 174 a second ago. So it might keep going higher. Let's go ahead and check the oven thermometer inside. All right, so here we go. We're going to open up this window really fast. All right, so if you look at the thermometer right there, we are looking at, yeah, about the same, about 100, maybe 70, 74, 75. So pretty close to about the same reading. So there you have it, guys. It's about 175. And again, this is on a day that is 67 degrees outside. So if it was a little bit warmer, I imagine that we would get that 185. Now, the next question you might have is, how much energy does this actually consume? I mean, is this really going to run up your energy bill at the end of the month? What I did is I went ahead and I connected to a smart plug really quick that can actually show me the wattage of how much it's actually drawing. So right here, you can see the power draw. It is almost drawing 1,400 watts almost. And so if you want to go ahead and just kind of plug that into like an energy calculator based on your local rates of your electric company, that'll give you a really good idea of how much this is actually going to cost you every month to run. All right, so we did a heat test with a thermometer, but guys, that doesn't tell me much. I'm going to go ahead and hop in here for about 10-15 minutes. I want to actually feel for myself, how hot does this actually get, and do I end up sweating? Okay, here we go. Okay, so I've only been in here for about a minute, and so too early to tell as far as the effectiveness of the heat. However, I can tell you it's definitely very hot in here. I do like the fact that it has this nice big window here, so you can actually see, I mean, my face is fully illuminated, so I don't feel like it's claustrophobic at all, just because I have that window, so that's pretty nice. Overall, I mean, it's feeling pretty good. Another thing I want to make mention of is, you know, the heater is actually right here, and it's, you know, it's blowing hot air. And I mean, it's like right next to my leg. To be honest, I mean, I don't feel like any direct heat on my body, so it's definitely pushing it straight up. It feels fine, so that's nothing to be concerned about. So after being in here for a couple minutes, one of the questions you might have is there any sort of like off-gassing? And I can't tell you, it does have kind of like a new car smell to it in here, and I'm guessing it's just because of the cotton that's kind of heating up. I'm not really sure. The heater, of course, it is made with some plastic parts as well, so it's gonna have a little bit of off-gassing on that. However, I don't think it's overwhelming. I don't feel like nauseous, sick, anything like that, or like I have a headache. So far, it's okay. It's starting to happen. Looking at some dripping sweat right there. So far, so good. So it's been about 15 minutes, and yeah, as you can see, I mean, I'm definitely sweating, got a lot of sweat dripping down right now. But you might be asking, you know, does this actually get hot enough? That might be one of your biggest worries about this thing. And you kind of have to keep in mind, right now, I think the outside temperature, it's about 67 degrees last time I checked. And so the warmer it gets outside, or the warmer it is inside your house, obviously the hotter it's going to feel inside here. So, you know, with this being just kind of almost kind of going into spring, and I have it outside. This is definitely going to get and feel way more intense in the middle of summer than it will right now. And so that's just kind of something I want to mention to you guys. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get out and give you guys my final thoughts on this thing. Oh man, yeah, definitely sweating. Sorry for the grossness, but there's the carnage. Definitely a lot of water down there, sweat. Yeah, so next time I'm definitely gonna take a towel in there, put that on the floor and kind of drape it over the seat as well, collect some of the sweat. Now that we've actually had the chance to put everything together and to try the Sauna Pod out for the very first time, let's go ahead and talk about the pros and cons. Okay, so pro number one would be the fact that the Sauna Pod is just easy. Everything is easy about it. It's easy to set up. It really doesn't require a whole lot of maintenance to it. You can just hop in, hop out, and you don't have to worry about, steam or water or anything like that. Of course, you have to worry about your sweat, but it's just a very easy setup. So if you're looking for something that doesn't require a lot of effort, then this is it. And pro number two, if you are a sauna purist, if you will, and you're looking for more of an authentic experience where, you have the sauna that's using convection heat and getting very hot, then the Sauna Pod definitely checks that box as well. And pro number three would be, as I'd mentioned earlier, the overall construction. I believe that for what it is, it's made very well. The canvas material, it's very thick. The stitches, some places it's double, some other places it's triple stitched. And so I don't feel like it's going to rip and fall apart anytime soon. The poles or the frame is actually made of stainless steel, so that too shouldn't rust and you shouldn't have any issues there. And pro number four is the fact that this is supposed to be very non-toxic. In other words, the 100% cotton covering that they have on here is much better for you than, say, a lot of these other saunas out there that use like polyester or other materials that tend to off-gas a little bit more than others. Now, pro number five, let's go ahead and talk about the size, which can be a pro and a con at the same time. Pro in the sense that if you don't have a whole lot of room, or if you need something, a sauna that's a little bit more portable, say you have a small apartment, need something to kind of sit in the corner, then this is a perfect option. But on that same note, because it's 5'7" tall, 39 inches wide, it's not very big. And so, if you want something that you can actually stand up in, you can't do that in here unless you're shorter. And of course, it's not super wide. I mean, I feel like it's spacious enough, sitting in here. I didn't feel claustrophobic. Of course, I mentioned that it has the window, and so it feels airy, if you will, but it's not huge. And so that could be seen by some people as a potential con. Okay, and potential con number two would be the price tag of the Sauna Pod. Now, it is listed at $6.99 as an introductory price. I'm not sure when or if that price will go up. However, I could definitely see how some people would see that as being pretty steep. It's subjective, and I'm not here to tell you whether or not it's worth it or not. All I can tell you objectively is the fact that the Sauna Pod, it is made well, and it does exactly what they say it does as far as its performance and heat and, making you sweat. So in that regard, I think it's worth it. However, the price tag, I'm gonna have to leave that one up to you guys. And con number three, and this is just kind of a wish list item, but I wish that the heater was app enabled. In other words, I wish I could actually control it from my phone so that I could preheat the time and temperature ahead of time. So I wouldn't actually have to come out and set it myself and then wait 10, 15 minutes for it to warm up. I could see them actually including that in future upgrades. And again, it's not so much a con as just something I wish they had. All right, so there you have it for the pros and cons. And that is my review of the Sauna Pod from the Pod Company. Now, if you guys have any more questions or comments about anything, go ahead and ask those down in the comment section down below. I love interacting with you guys. You've been great so far here on the channel. If you want to get $50 off the Sauna Pod, I do have a promo code that's listed in the description. That is an affiliate link, so it's no extra cost to you, but will actually help support the channel. So I'd appreciate that. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.